Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. It's Russell with Ink and Paper Blog. I hope you are all doing very well today. Today we're here to do a tag video, the Partners tag. This is my husband Dan.
Hi everybody.
We are doing the Partners tag that was started by Dave over at Wilde Reads. If you do not watch Dave's channel, you absolutely should. I will link it below, as well as the original tag video. You may have seen a bunch of these going around. They are worth checking out. But first, I did want to make a correction to my last book haul video, where I talked about this novel. I decided to pronounce the D, and it doesn't exist when you say this word. So this is Gin City by Saad Hussein, and I totally messed up the name when I hauled it. So I want to apologize both to the author and to all of you. I know a number of you corrected me, and I'm very sorry. But I read the first few pages of this book, and you should all go out and buy it right now. It is so good. So, that aside, let's go ahead and start the Partners tag. Are you ready?
Sure.
Okay. So, question number 1. How long have you been together?
We first met April of 2014. We started dating June 6th of the same year.
Yes, and our wedding anniversary is in October. As I told you guys, we are planning a big party for this anniversary coming up. October 21st.
Just making sure.
Just making sure. Dates are important. You know they're important. So we're very different, though, in our reading. So a lot of these questions actually don't pertain to us as readers.
We're different in more ways than just our reading.
This is true. I read novels, as you guys know, and books and stuff like that. And Dan reads almost exclusively comic books and books on business. So we don't really share any reading. So a lot of these questions we're going to be like, well, that's not us. So, but we're going to try them anyway. So who reads more?
Probably you.
Yes, I would say I read more. I read on the average every day about, and you know I read. You guys know what I read, so you know how it is. But he definitely reads, just probably not quite as much as I do. Do you guys ever argue or disagree about books?
I don't think so.
We don't, because we don't read the same stuff. So it's hard to argue and disagree about anything if you don't read the same material. So there you go.
Although I do pick a lot of good books out for you, you don't buy them at the store.
So we will go to the bookstore and Dan will walk up to a random book and say, "Have you read this? It's excellent." He hasn't read it, but he'll go around and he'll read backs and he'll be like, "You should buy this." Now, a number of times I wind up buying the book. The Unit, which I've talked to you guys about before, I bought because Dan found it first. And a couple of other books too have made it onto my shelves from that, but yes.
I'm really good at judging books by their covers.
he definitely does it. Who buys the most books? This is not even a competition. Yeah, I buy a lot of books. You guys know that. I have a problem. But he definitely buys a bunch of comic books.
Yeah.
But he buys most of his digitally. He reads them on his iPad, so they don't take up the same space that my books do.
I don't really like to read anything. I like everything digital if possible.
Yeah. He reads, even when he reads novels, he reads them digitally. He's on like page 3,000 digitally of it right now.
It's awful.
Who has the best taste in books?
I think me.
We have very different taste in books. So, yeah, I think that I've crossed over more into Dan's world than he's crossed over into mine. I've read a number of the graphic novels he's recommended to me. And liked them. Mm-hmm. And he has not read, well, we've had one series of books that we've read together, and that was the Red Rising series by Pierce Brown. That's for you, Mike, over at Books and Looks. And we both really like that series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got your brother to read it too.
Yeah, we convinced a bunch of our family to read it. But we both like Harry Potter. He's read all of the Harry Potter. He's read all of the Hunger Games until book 3. We both liked it, so yeah. Do you guys share books? I think we've kind of already answered this. Yeah. Not a ton, yeah.
Our friend Steve always says that everything you recommend is depressing and sad, so I'd rather not read that stuff.
You do? I know I do like a dark book. I try to always figure out, I'll do a video about cheering I don't have any books to cheer you up with. It's not me. Not me. Do you guys read together or apart?
Apart.
Apart, yeah. So I read more normally in this room or in bed before I go to bed or in the bathtub.
In the bathtub.
Dan reads a lot at night after I go to bed. He'll climb into bed and read on his iPad. So I'm usually asleep. So if you count that as together, but that's about as close.
We have pretty
as it
different
gets.
schedules.
Yeah. I'm an early to bed, early to rise, and he's more of a late to bed, later to rise than I am. So, how many books in the average month do you read? How many comic books do you read in a month?
Probably 20 to 30.
20 to 30. I probably read between 8 and 12 books, depending on the length and how busy I am during the month. Yeah. So
I have 6 ongoing series that I read regularly, and then I read a lot of older stuff. Like I'm rereading the She-Hulk original stories, so I'll buy one book, but it's actually like 18 comic books together.
He's really into superheroes. Who are your favorite superheroes?
I'm a huge X-Men fan in general, but
X-Men in general.
My favorite characters are actually Dazzler. Allison is her first name. Or She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Or
He likes
Jennifer.
He likes himself a strong, independent woman in just about anything. He is very much pro strong, independent woman, and those are usually his favorite characters in television, in comic books, and anything like that. Right?
They have to be exciting, those two. I need like sassiness and all that good stuff.
Yes. Are you both competitive in your reading? We're not, and actually, we don't even talk about really what we're reading together. I'm not a competitive person. I never care if I win. He always has to win. So
I like winning.
Yes, it doesn't matter. I don't care. Even if you're playing a board game, I don't care if I win. It has nothing to do with me. So, and then the last one is: have you read a book on the other's recommendation and not enjoyed it? Well, again, we don't read the same thing, so that's kind of never happened. But I thought, since I had Dan here, and you guys probably don't read a lot of comic books, that I would have him recommend maybe a couple of comic books that are more literary in nature, that may be more a sort of a book reader, a novel reader's alley. Does that make sense? So we've been talking a little bit. I'll try to insert right here some pictures of the comic books for you. Yeah, when we do this. But what did you come up with? What would you recommend?
I think the top 2 would be Saga.
Okay.
And East of West. There's a couple others. I really enjoyed The Boys, which is like a team of super-ish heroes that help manage the superheroes, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And it's a little dark.
I'll put The Boys up here, and I'll try to link to them somewhere down below so you can find that comic book.
And it's an older series, so it's usually at most useful.
And I think it's over, right? So they've written all. Yeah, they've written all of The Boys. So if you get into it, you can read the entire series. What's Saga about?
Saga is about basically the Earth and the Moon are 2 different states, and we've colonized the Moon. Obviously, Earth citizens and Moon citizens are almost a different species. And they're not allowed to cohabitate. So there's a lot of underlying political and social issues, I guess we'll say. But basically, 2 of them do get together and get pregnant. And it's a big no-no, so obviously they're trying to get rid of the baby and put them in jail. Actually, it's interesting, though, the mother of the child was a prison guard, and the father was a prisoner.
So it has a lot of socioeconomic, sociological, sorts of all these different things. They fight a war against each other, but they don't fight it in their space.
Well, I think it's like the science. If they destroy the Moon with a nuclear weapon, the Earth suffers. So they actually, I guess, how would you describe it?
I think they go to different planets and they kind of attack the planet, and they get the natives of those planets to fight against each other.
They outsource their war.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. They outsource their war. It is 7 or 8 volumes now. It is really good. It's engaging. The art is really cool. It has all these different species and stuff, so you get a bunch of different sort of political and bends, so it's really good. And then East of West is...
it's the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse have come back. One of the horsemen has decided to not end the planet, or in the Earth, and the other 3 are trying to kill him and or change his mind. and basically invoke the end of the world. So
yeah, and it's got a very like Western feel to it, and it also has a lot of technology, science, but it also has sort of the religious implications of the four horsemen of the apocalypse. It has Asian and Native American influences, and it's
kind
really
of like
good.
Wild Wild West meets Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, darker than Wild Wild West.
Like the look and feel.
Yeah,
Like
we
the
really
classic
like it. We're a little bit behind on it, but we really liked it. And then we were going to tell you about Lumberjanes as well, right?
Yep, I like Lumberjanes. It is a little more of a cartoon, a lot more campy. It's not as serious. I think it's geared towards young readers, but it's kind of like if Steven Universe and Scooby-Doo had a hybrid book.
But it's really it's a camp for girls, and it's all about empowering girls to do whatever they want.
They're basically Girl Scouts.
Yeah, they're like Girl Scouts, but they also go around and like they solve crimes together. They get to be whoever they want to be together. It's very empowering. I told you
more supernatural stuff.
Yeah, it's very female empowering, which I told you he really likes. So, well, excuse me. That is the partners tag. This is my partner Dan. This is Willem, his favorite drag queen, on his T-shirt. He's gonna say hello to someone.
Oh yeah, hi Grandma.
Betty, hello. Betty is Dan's grandma, and she watches all of my videos, so hello from us. And until next time, as always, if you are a return subscriber, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much.
You're supposed to say like and subscribe. That's what all my people say that I would.
Like and subscribe. We don't really say that on BookTube, but I would like it if you subscribed. And we will talk to you next time. And until then, happy reading. Bye.